live.
Okay. We're live, and my eyes are closed, and I'm looking away.
What do you think this is?
The thumbnail?
Yeah.
The thumbnail is I got William Regal laying curbside as Kross drives away or something like that. Something involving that.
Even though that did loads of views last week, that is not the
Uh-huh.
thumbnail.
Oh, what?
Open your eyes.
Ah, I should have known. It's William Regal. It's Wade Barrett checking out Mandy Rose's ass right now.
Montez said, "When I saw Mandy do this, I knew Mandy couldn't help himself with this thumbnail." It's true. It is true.
At
But
this
then
point, oh, go ahead.
I could have over-sexualized it, Marcus.
Oh, how's that? Oh, yeah. When I saw her do that, I forgot that was the thumbnail. I was like, that's Mandy's thumbnail. That's Mandy's thumbnail. I mean, when she did, I went, oh, that's a Mandy thumbnail right there. And then I totally forgot about it until I saw it right now. But yeah, Mandy Rose was asking for it sitting on that table, though.
She was.
Like, I believe Wade Barrett's married. His wife should have had a discussion with him. Did you tell her to sit on that table like that in front of you? No, she just did it, and then she disappeared.
And then, of course, we've got the various tales of William Regal and Samoa Joe.
Yes. You know what I'm upset about? And you can't. I didn't ask for any of this. I didn't click any link. The random NXT spoilers for like the next 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, I didn't like
What
that.
the fuck? I'm not spoiling it for anybody on the show. I'm just saying that they tape their shows or whatever. I guess because they're on Sci-Fi. Who knows? But random spoilers just are just out there, just leaking nonstop. Yeah,
That's the one
I
you
would have
want.
went with. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I would have. Him just dead. Don't know what actually happened. I'm assuming choked out. But him being an old elder gentleman, I'm sure he's dead at this point. And Samoa Joe must defend his honor live at some point.
I quite like the next one we've got. Obviously, we know there's no AEW ones. In the title, there is new IWGP United States Champion. However, the ruling is because Cody did a gender reveal on AEW, AEW will no longer feature in thumbnails unless they do something incredible.
I think they deserve one. We gotta give him a chance.
No.
Come on.
I think I did one a few weeks ago.
Chance.
I think I did one a few weeks.
One more chance. You did Britt, I think. Britt Baker got one.
Yeah.
No! Bad night for certain people. I think Jailey died. So did William Regal. Joe had a rough night. He had to do all the office work too.
So this picture is misleading in so many ways as well. Yeah. But you can take your imagination wherever you want to.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey! Oh! Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Someone, please check on my boy. Check on my boy, Malcolm Bivens.
God, next thing you know, he's going to invest in Baron Corbin and lose.
He's going through some hard times.
That Dusty Rhodes promo, he's going, that dude's spitting right now.
So welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am of course Lord Manny Hayes. I'm joined as always by
Marcus the Grand Finale.
Oh,
Pointed in
that
the
was
right
sweet.
direction.
We did this correctly today.
Yeah. You know you went for a show if we could do that correctly. Because I made a conscious decision at that very moment when you went like this, I was going to get it accurate.
Well, we got some news here. Be like Maurice, who's currently watching, sending a picture of the show, watching it on his TV. Be like Maurice. Watch the show.
I feel like if somebody walked in, they caught Maurice watching that going like, what are you about to watch?
I'd say Grease. Grease 3.
The Mandy and Marcus show.
Yes.
These guys have nothing to do with anything, but you know what? That's probably the most least important thing of the wrestling thing this week. On a busy week of speculation and dirt sheet news and all that, the cover. On a week with all these returns and surprise appearances and everything, Mandy Rose being ogled by Wade Barrett is our thumbnail.
Well, I could have gone many directions. I could have gone Daniel Bryan. I could have gone CM Punk, who are allegedly all elite right now.
Mm-hmm. Could have.
Could have.
Went Chavo Guerrero.
No, because the only thing, as you said in the pre-show,
Chavo.
that was the only thing you reacted to when it happened. Only
What's
thing.
the only thing that made me go? The only thing that made me go like, oh, like when Chavo came out, which is ooh, Chavo. And then you get random Curry White flashbacks and him riding Pepe.
You don't bring up Pepe. Don't bring up Pepe.
Like every time I think of Chavo, it smiles. It's never great wrestling moments. I mean, I guess he teamed with Eddie and the Los Guerreros and you know all that stuff, vignettes and stuff. But it brings a smile to my face. You know, he was necessary.
You know what the problem with this segment was? And we'll get to it in AEW. No one could be understood in this segment other than Chavo. You've got Pac.
Wait a minute.
You got Pac, who's talking in English, who's talking in a thick Geordie accent. Where you know, fellas? We're
how dare
family.
you? And I know I shouldn't bump every English person in a bundle here, though, Manny. But you can't say Pac. You couldn't understand Pac right now. He was very thick in his accent, over the top. But I understood Pac, and I feel like you should have too.
I understood Pac, but I normally sit next to that person in a bar, very drunk at one point, so I fully understand what he was saying. Talking about brotherhood and family.
Also, I messed up, and I wish we could get a redo of the show, because I remember how I wanted to start the show with, you guys remember me still, woohoo, hallelujah.
So, yeah. Let's talk about CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson, or how he'll probably go by on AEW.
He's back to his real name. He doesn't have his slave name no more in the WWE. He's back to the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
I think this is it. So
allegedly.
Yeah, it is allegedly at the moment. But there are talks of him debuting at their New York City show. Daniel Bryan. No news about CM Punk at the moment. I think these moves will be the one that turns or brings people back in.
Bring people back.
Because you've already said they're spending a lot of money right now in terms of salary, in terms of the views they're getting, in terms of about 1 million.
Yeah.
So they're spending a lot to get what they currently have, which is agreeable. I think this may be the turning point.
So you're going with are they getting 2 million? How many views do you think this is gonna promote, or how is this gonna help them?
I think it fluctuates between 1.7 and 2 million.
Ooh, you think
because they're big
2 million?
Yeah, they're big household names, aren't they? CM Punk. CM Punk. It's a gamble. CM Punk is the internet wrestling community's favorite that will bring people in, but it's hard. He's been away from the game for too long That's the gamble. But the sure thing is Daniel Bryan. Household name. People will know him as Daniel Bryan already. They've seen him on Total Bellas, Total Divas. That may bring people in.
I think they will. I don't think it's going 2 million route. I think it'll be a consistent 1.5 million.
Well, they're raw numbers, aren't they? They're raw numbers.
Yeah, Raw's about 1.6, 7. Who knows these days?
Well, it's not. No, I think Raw fluctuates between 1.2 to 5.
No, they survive with that 1.5 6 million or something like that. Like I think their low point, their low was like 1.5 or something. But they can get to 1.8 somehow, and it fluctuates every now and then. But it's a key signings. I think that if done correctly, good business for them. I just don't know how they afford all this stuff. Like Tony Khan's pocketbooks are unlimited. This is a different beast than Vince McMahon dealt with before. He's willing to go all the way into the red, and then guaranteeing a profit. Well, what if they scooped in all the wrestling fans though? Like, what if they scooped in anybody that cares? Because the mainstream fans are always going to look at WWE. And I'm not saying it should be this way, but they always look at WWE. That's the NFL. That's the one I'm watching. I'm not watching your Canadian Football League.
Yeah, I see that, but I think that is the correct building block. Those two are household names. They should have been there from the beginning. Realistically, they're the household names you work on. Not really Chris Jericho, who's in his 50s, going on 50, and then putting on those types of matches. You go with household names that are slightly older, yes, but that still can go relatively. We don't know about Punk, but Bryan can still go.
Well, when you bring up Bryan, you're thinking about his health and his,
Well, that's the other thing. You got to be concerned. You got to be concerned about that. There'd be huge concerns in that. I wouldn't have him wrestle nearly as much.
Yeah, I feel he's the biggest gamble since you're only going to have him. I believe he got limited dates, or allegedly. This is all allegedly a speculation, whatever. He got a lighter schedule, but with the same money from WWE. And you just got to hope that he stays healthy and doesn't injure himself. And I know he's fighting a lot of young... He'll be fighting in AEW a lot of young, sometimes inexperienced wrestler who are kind of like, will do a lot of crazy shit. So you just hope that he doesn't fall in line and be like, I'm going to do that crazy shit too. And not be safe. Hopefully he doesn't go that route. Now it's time to bring in the Bella Twins though.
So let's talk about
Cody first. Who attacked Cody first?
CM Punk
or Bryan?
I think Punk goes after Omega. I think Bryan goes after Cody.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, your final statement on this is gonna pay off?
I think it will.
I have it being in the same vein of WCW signing Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm not attacking these guys. I'm not saying Punk and Bryan are great. They're great. They're great at what they do. And I love Bryan Danielson. He's the best in the world. One of my favorite of all times. But I feel like it's going to be still the same thing of people going to have that. Oh, they're going over there. They're old and they're out their prime or something. That's the reaction.
Well, yeah,
the mainstream wrestling fan is going to look at them as.
Well, you also got to look at it as if they do it right, they don't make them like they booked Hogan and everything going into their twilight years as the main stars of the show. If you had them develop younger people and their own grown talent, sure. But it feels like.
Sorry.
Their own grown talent done.
They're the main draws of my show.
No, yeah, but like
everything else.
Look at their homegrown talent now. Like they've been pushed to the side when these guys come in. You've got to make two more roster spots on there for a already crowded show.
Yep. For 2 shows though, you got Rampage.
Well, Rampage is an hour, isn't it?
I don't know what they're gonna do with that. I don't know. So we'll see. This is exciting times. Oh, maybe this is the joke. And then, on top of that, rumor and almost confirmed, The Rock is coming back at Survivor Series.
Too soon.
No, I can see him doing something small at Survivor Series. Maybe even being in a Survivor Series match of some kind. Maybe hosting Survivor Series. Maybe not actually doing anything, but you can set up the story of him and Roman. And maybe he attacks The Rock at this moment at Survivor Series. And then, he comes back. Rock probably wins Rumble or something along that line. Or he do something at Rumble. And then you can do the WrestleMania. Because with Rock, you're going to get a light schedule and he's just going to show up at the big shows.
Yeah. You ready to get into NXT?
Exciting times. Yes. Although you were going to talk about Karrion Kross, unless you want to talk about him in the NXT segment.
We'll talk about him in
Who knows?
NXT.
I like talking about him on Tuesday.
So Raw? You're making me think about Karrion Kross on Raw. How dare you? Bad time for
Well,
everyone.
that's what Raw did. Raw has put that on you. Now I gotta think about Raw when I watch NXT because goddamn it, Jeff Hardy should be the number one contender for the ESPN title, the NXT title.
So Samoa Joe says, TikTok, guess who's come to smash your clock? Samoa Joe reminds Regal that he was provoked, and Regal is hitting him with semantics because he was a referee.
So we were talking about the provoked rule. How long can you stay provoked? Because he was provoked before. Now he's double provoked a week later. You should calm down by now.
The thing is, if he was playing semantics, do you know what I would have done? I would have went back and went, you offered me your job. Get the fuck out of here, Regal. I'm taking over. Get lost. Yeah. I ain't your bodyguard anymore. Get out of here.
This ain't about the job anymore, man. It's about being a man. It's about being a man right now.
And then you hit it with semantics? I'm talking about semantics. I want your job.
So are we going to sum all this up in one story? Because they were just little segments throughout the night of Joe pacing back and forth.
Yeah, let's just cover it all in one. So obviously, that was this segment. Joe's now pacing all through the night in front of the doorway.
Yeah. Like peeking out the window. Looking like a kid waiting for his daddy to show up once and for all. Like, you told me you were coming to take me fishing. You told me you're taking me fishing. He's not there.
Regal then tells him that Kross is coming. And then he is bamboozled in the parking lot by someone driving Karrion Kross's car.
I thought that was Peter Rosenberg.
It could have been. And then later we get a viewing from Karrion Kross where he takes down William Regal. States to Samoa Joe. What did he say? Stating he can go and do whatever he wants because he has the NXT title, and then he drives off as Samoa Joe runs outside to a fallen William Regal screaming at the car.
Ah! No! In full Darth Vader, Revenge of the Sith, no!
Do you know what would have made that perfect? If it started raining on cue.
There was some lightning. I don't know if you saw that. There was random lightning in the background.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, maybe it was a glitch in my TV. But in the segment, when Joe was going after Kross, random lightning struck in the back. And I was like, what is that? They couldn't catch that in a million years. This is a fluke accident. The benefits of being in Florida, the ridiculous weather. I'm like, oh, there's lightning back there. But very dramatic stuff. Probably the best suit Kross has wore. Scarlett is still missing. And he pretended like Raw didn't happen.
Seriously, I'm telling you now, Joe has to take Scarlett.
Oh, Scarlett!
Remember when he was doing
her choked out? Did we just find her choked out? Because I feel like that's the wrong approach. He has to get another woman to attack her.
Remember the Nation of Violence when Joe was it Joe that kept getting taken in vans, or was it Taz? I can't remember.
Joe was only kidnapped once and disappeared for a long period of time. He threw his towel up the van, was kidnapped, and Taz was the one that did it.
Yeah, so we've got to get Joe with a van and then taking Scarlett and holding her hostage. I need that to happen.
I feel like the perfect woman to attack Scarlett and take her hostage so Joe doesn't end up in some type of jail or
Jailey.
become woman. Yeah. Jailey. Nah, not with them ribs. Nah, that shit happened to her. It has to be. I think you dig up, since we dug up Keith Lee, dig up Mia Yim, formerly known as Reckoning. Because Woods never going to get his match anyway with Reckoning.
So, Diamond Mine, Roderick Strong, Tyler Ross versus Kushida and Bobby Fish. Do you know what I've put in this, how I've described this? This was a good but boring match. It was very boring.
It was there. You want to know why it was so boring? I have no interest in Diamond Mine. I have no interest in Kushida. He's not doing anything right now. I have no interest in Bobby Fish. It's not like anybody did anything wrong. They're all competent. They all can do their job right. But ain't nobody bedazzling me. Bivens look on to the shocking defeat. At this point, he has to add somebody. He got to add some muscle. I don't care if it is Odysseus Jones or Duke Hudson or anybody to bring out to him. He needs some muscle in this group.
Then we get a squash
Those
match.
guys are not it.
A squash match that wasn't really a squash match. Frankie Monet versus JC Jane, where Mandy Rose lays across the announce table while Wade is trying to offer his number. Jane had way too much offense for this squash match.
Did she? I feel like it was a total squat. I can't even remember Jade's name or any offense she got. I feel like she just got beat. Oh no, she did make that comeback before Mandy Rose came back. You're right. She did. I was more intrigued that Robert Stone has decided to follow Jessica Maya and Frankie to the ring.
When are you going to realize that Jessica Maya is trash? She's a tall piece of trash.
At one point that she's going to develop, Manny, and you're gonna rule the days. Rule the days that you can criticize the name of Jessica Maya.
Oh, like I criticize. Who have I criticized in the past? Aaliyah.
She has moved on to greener pastures of Monday Night Raw. Allegedly.
Yeah, but you know who else moved to greener pastures and then we never saw the light of day? Vanessa Bourne.
Yeah. So that could be the legacy of Born and Bougie, is that they actually were called up but never actually used on the main roster.
So Kyle O'Reilly versus Austin Theory. Gargano in the back told him he's got himself into this mess. He's got to do it alone.
Damn it, Papa John.
You want to be like Papa John? You got to do it alone.
There's no way. There's no way. He's gonna beat Kyle O'Reilly. Damn it.
I don't know how long he's had this entrance music. Austin Theory's entrance music is pretty good.
Well, it starts off with the way how, and then I think it's brand new. I believe this is his first time going solo out there to the ring with just a little bit of the way, and then the I guess it's a mix of his old theme and some lyrics. I honestly don't know. This is the first time I heard it and noticed it, but it was solid. It was a solid in-ring entrance. Solid match.
And then we get to Hit Row, Legado del Fantasma, the Race War Part 2.
Yep.
So we were promised this.
Part of Black and White. Yes.
We were promised this. It didn't happen.
That graphic itself is racist. By the way, in school, when we would randomly do music instruments, and I don't know why we would do it, no one gives us a lesson. They just
you just grab all the percussion instruments and go shaking.
Yeah, shaking shit. My favorite thing was the little shaky maracas. Because I know I have nothing to do.
I got no rhythm. I got no rhythm.
And I can shake. Or some noise makers, I'm just hitting things. Just give me something like that.
A tambourine. Go full hippie with tambourine.
Give me the triangle. I know when to chime in.
So
Miss never taught me nothing. It was a waste of time. I never heard anybody says, I'm gonna be a professional maracas.
So
I'm gonna kill it with maracas.
I gave this a strike.
Oh no! What happened?
And you would
I
think
already
it would
know.
be you'd think it was because B-Fab was a little bit racist.
Just a little bit, Manny. Just
Oh, it was a
little
lot,
bit.
but it was a lot, but I'm not. It was a lot. Can you guess why in this picture there is a strike?
Well, considering the outfits, is that B-Fab and Ashanti Designs had the same idea and looked at each other and was like, oh, one of us gotta change. I'm assuming it's Adonis.
It is Adonis. He is wearing a fanny pack or a bum bag if you're in the UK. Cut off jeans. It's like he's wearing the bottom, the shoes. It's like he's
Yes.
AJ Lee.
Yeah, he decided to be all his favorite wrestlers in one night.
The cut off jeans like Austin. The fanny pack, I don't know.
That's The Rock. That's The Rock.
And
In
then
the infamous picture.
And then the jacket, I want to say Finn Balor.
And he's going with the Macho Man hair. He's in full madness mode. And a sprinkle of Jay Lethal beard.
Do you know what? If he had braids,
What is this outfit?
if he had braids, I'd say he'd be ripping off Jay Lethal.
He would be. I would say he's ripping off JTG at that point.
So, yeah. The person that saved this whole segment, not a top dollar.
Not top dollar.
So good. He outshines.
Yeah,
I don't know how he outshines Swerve in every segment they're in.
It's just like undermining him.
Swerve is a champion. Swerve is the leader. But he's but
he
he's
goes-
outshined repeatedly by Top Dollar.
So Top Dollar goes up there, cuts his promo, bunch of rhymes and one-liners in there, and who's not Top Dollar? Then he's like, tell Swerve, and then Swerve talks, and you're like, what can he tell him? How do I follow that? It's like, what do you want me to do? That's like a comedian going like, yeah, you know who opened for me? Who? Dave Chappelle opened up for me, and I have to follow that. What the hell?
And obviously
Nothing I can do.
then these guys brawl. Swerve with the menacing guitar shot.
Mm-hmm.
More menacing than it was on Monday when it was done by either Elias or Riker. I can't remember much from that match.
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot of hits with guitars and jumping to gongs and stuff. And blood, by the way.
Yeah.
Blood. Lies were on the line in that one. But I'm going to say this, and people may go, what? That's crazy. My favorite two faction feuds right now. So I think I enjoy it. I like everybody involved. Even Adonis, who's just, is a ridiculous troll.
Nah, I still need B-Fab to do something. Legado needs to add a woman to their group. I need to see B-Fab do something.
Come on, you're just trying to push this agenda of Catalina Garcia.
I really do.
It's not happening. It's not happening, Manny. It's not happening.
Talking about two teams working together, Marcus. You don't want to see this? Hit Row, Diamond Mine.
He is perfect for them, even though I don't think they all need a mouthpiece. I didn't think you had the other picture.
Who are you talking to? You didn't think I'd have the other picture. Who are you talking to?
Oh man. Oh, I don't even know how to continue this show anymore. Bivens. Oh. Shit.
The man is so funny. He deserves. I honestly feel like he deserves better than what he has with Diamond Mine.
Yeah, I don't understand why he isn't in Hit Row. I understand that these guys can pretty much. They're all decent talkers for what they do. I think Swerve's the worst of all of them. But
No,
They all
I
can talk.
don't think Adonis is weak on the mic.
On the mic? Yeah, him too. Yeah. It's a mix. It's hit or miss.
Because I think that's the reason Adonis doesn't have much to say other than yelling at the beginning, he actually is Scrappy Doo, and then he lets the bigger dogs deal with the fight.
Yeah, but when they are fighting and they're on the outside and he's doing the trash talking or making facial expressions, I believe his facial expressions more than Swerve. Swerve sees stone.
He's a musician, you never know.
So, but still, best faction on faction violence I could get in the feud. I'm more interested in these three and them than anything that's going on Raw or AEW. I guess AEW's the only one with faction feuds, but I don't really care about anything they're doing over there.
Yeah, but this is the only two factions there is. You may have an Imperium, but right now you have that is a tag team, and trainer and a manager. Not a faction. Not a faction.
And you broke them down in less than 4 words. They're a tag team, and maybe not even that.
This is what it is. This is the first take.
Alright.
So Andre Chase, who looks like every hipster in a coffee shop, versus Odyssey Jones, who is 4 or 5 and live.
Yeah, and when I saw Mr. Chase here, I was going, man, I think he has a worse look than Chucky T. on AEW.
I was like,
That's what I compared him to.
Williamsburg is missing a hipster. That's what I thought.
Like, this guy I feel like he had nothing going for him. I was like, he can't be good. Like, he can't be good.
Both of them weren't good. Odyssey Jones is falling over and missing spots. Andre Chase looked like he didn't know what he was doing.
I can't wait to see the adventures of Odyssey Jones. Like the real.
The name is killer. That name is insanely good. I don't think he came up with that.
What? Come on, he could just be an Indiana Jones fan. Indiana Jones goes on Odysseys. He calls himself Odyssey Jones. Boom.
But we found the replacement for Mark Henry. Vince is going to sign him to a 10-year deal, he did Mark Henry. He's an Olympian, damn it, the world's strongest man, damn it. Sexual chocolate right here. You want to leave me, Mark? He went straight up Beyonce irreplaceable. I have another you in a minute. In fact, he'll be here any minute. And it was Odyssey Jones. MSK were backstage where they were about to tell us what MSK stands for, but they interrupted by an Imperium promo, which all they really said was they respect the ring. The ring is sacred. Imperium doesn't really mean anything without Walter.
No. They're nothing. Walter is their be-all, end-all, and I don't understand why they just won't go back home to the UK, and I know they probably live in the States anyway. Just go back, be with their boy. Their boy has an injured hand right now. He looks like he needs the emotional support.
I don't understand.
Convince your boy to come to America.
What severe injury would Walter need for his hand? Unless it's been cut off.
He can't do the chop, Manny, with that hand. If he can't do the chop, that's 80% of his moveset. 80% of his moveset is gone.
So the following match was set up in the parking lot. Drake Maverick versus LA Knight, where Drake wanted to help Cameron Grimes with some of the bags, but that wasn't happening. So they're having a match. This match was stupid. Drake sneaks a win after LA Knight was distracted by Grimes. LA Knight beats up Drake at the end of the match and demands Grimes to hit Drake, which he does.
Yeah, he does in dramatic fashion. Those bags have nothing in it.
Yeah, they were very light. And one of them was brand new. He still had the plastic on it.
It was like, this is airport bags. What does he need all these bags for? They're all empty. Like, I feel like there should have been a struggle. They should have put some weight in there.
Yeah.
But, I see this where they're going. I guess it's still leading to LA Knight, being foiled by his whole Butler thing. He's going on this loser streak until, he frees Grimes, and I guess they have another match of some kind. But again, I like to see these guys just team together and just be the $1 Million Boys. Just hang out, throw money at people, be assholes to everybody.
So we got
Rick Maverick had it coming.
Chris from the mid-card mess in here as well. I think he means Imperium without Walter.
Or he could be insulting their name. They're just Emporium.
He could be. Without Walter is just two sad white guys standing alone with a black and white silhouette. He is not wrong.
No, 100%.
They did have smoke. They did have a smoke machine.
That was like two guys get together. You want to do an NWO video? Yeah, but we don't have any other cool factor going with it. We have no one that anybody's interested in. It's just us two. This didn't go like I thought it would. This match is sacred.
And then obviously the main event, Jailey versus Raquel Gonzalez, was going all right. Jailey got injured somewhere between a spine buster and a flip splash. A spin splash? I don't know what type of splash it was.
I don't know what it was, but she put all her weight in it.
It wasn't Starship Pain, but it looked like it.
It was the basically a swagger bomb with when she just turned on her back. It was a nice looking move. I didn't think that would be the end of Jailey.
And then that was it. They sucked out all the momentum. I don't know what the actual ending of this match was.
Well, I think it would go against Spike. I feel like they should have just stopped the match instead of doing the last spot into the pin. And that was the end. And it was like, okay, damn. You took out Mercedes Martinez, and now it's your turn to be taking out Dark Times in the women's division.
It is, but then
it's time for that damn Dakota Kai to turn. Turn, Dakota. We need you.
They're really overhyping this friendship right now as well.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna happen. What did you think of NXT overall?
I thought it was a fairly okay show. Nothing really happened of any importance at all.
Yeah, it felt like a filler show.
It was all about Joe and Regal, and most of that was Joe walking around backstage and stuff, and so this wasn't that good of an NXT show. It was just there.
Now, I haven't seen the spoilers for the next 2 weeks of NXT, but I'm assuming that these 2 episodes aren't going to be that good because they're taped.
I don't know. I'm not going to speculate or say anything, but I believe stuff happens on all these shows that would be considered newsworthy and unnewsworthy.
Well, the only thing I know of, which I will say, the fans did shout Hardy at Karrion Kross. Yes. Which is always a plus.
Also, announced on the show was TakeOver. It's going to be the night after SummerSlam, which is backwards.
Yeah, but I feel like they're going to outdo SummerSlam.
Oh, hot take. I don't know, man. SummerSlam might be off the charts. Maybe because I'm, paying.
Nah, Triple H is literally going to give the fuck you to Vince. If go out there and give me 5 stars in every match.
Because what's the Adam Cole, Bronson Reed? It's probably gonna be good. I think
that's next week, isn't it?
Oh, that's on TV. I don't know what's on this card. They don't take over.
Yeah, I don't know what they haven't even started building to it. I'm guessing Joe Kross will be on that card.
Yeah. If Joe's healthy.
He needs to drop at least 20 pounds.
How dare you? How dare you fast shame him? How dare you fast shame Samoa Joe?
He was a lot. His last run as a wrestler before he sat on the commentary desk, he was thinner.
Yep. But you put on that COVID weight. We're all struggling through our COVID weight.
But Samoans are always big, beefy men that can destroy people.
Samoa Joe, I've accepted his weight. I remember calling Samoa Joe fat when he first arrived in TNA. And then you go
Damn, he
No,
really
can
blew
do
it
worse.
up.
He can do worse. Yeah, he did worse. So, but yeah, I still got SummerSlam being a bigger show. I know Lashley and Goldberg ain't shit, but I think they're gonna make.
I still think there's more to that, by the way. Because Bobby Lashley responded via socials like, "Nah, son, nah, I'm all right, old man." Like, he rejected the match. So this is where I think, because I don't think the Keith Lee thing is just a one-shot appearance. I think he's back.
Okay.
And I think what would be interesting is to throw Keith Lee into this mixture.
And to be a monster's ball, but Keith Lee already got.
No, really. You could be like, "Oh, I wasn't even out of the ring before your old ass came out to the ring." You can go all these different directions, because
this story ends up being Goldberg doesn't know how to deal with black people. That's what's gonna end up being. Keith Lee, you disrespect me like that? What? And Kofi Kingston comes out of nowhere.
Well, I know.
By black guys.
I still honestly think there's more to this Keith Lee thing, and we just have to watch it play out.
I got nothing happening with Keith Lee. I think it's over. I think at least Kross had explanation that maybe there's heat on him in the locker room. Keith Lee has no explanation. No one has anything.
While we're here, before we move into AEW, do you want to talk about Kross and his heat, alleged heat?
Alleged dirt sheet news. Do we have allergency? Allegedly graphic. There we go. Allegedly, Karrion Kross has backstage heat on him due to the fact that in a promo he called Adam Cole short, and then it was responded by next week, don't put our weaknesses in the promos or something like that, in which everybody brought up Kross's weakness and attacked him. This infuriated Kross, started a kerfuffle in the back where people wanted to fight and stuff, and he had heat, and then, I think Triple H or Shawn went to him, like, they're right though, without your entrance you're nothing, and they proved it by putting him on main event, but they wanted to double down on the point, that he's nothing without Scarlett and his entrance, by throwing it on Raw, and have him losing to the revitalized, the new young upstart, Jeff Hardy.
So what you're saying is, he said to Adam Cole he's short, and then the following week, when Adam Cole hit that fire promo on him by himself and destroyed him on the mic.
Yeah.
And then the following week, that was when everyone piled on.
Yeah, somewhere in between there, he got upset about. I think the first Adam Cole promo, he was upset with Adam Cole about, because it was a response to Adam. He would call it Adam Cole a little man or short or something like that. And then the next week, after the fight in the back, they were like, all right, we're just going to have everybody shit on you at this point.
It makes sense. I can see the pettiness.
Yeah. Pettiness over pennies any day of the week.
Is that why you're wearing your Karrion Kross shirt?
I am. To support Karrion Kross and all the pettiness that is attacking him. I feed off the pettiness, whatever's going on with him. But at least he has that over Keith Lee. And by the way, this is how we transition to AEW, Manny. I know you're hosting this show or whatever, but I want to do a transition like this. I do not want to hear people complain about Goldberg being old-ass Goldberg walking out there when I have to watch old-ass, fat-ass Chris Jericho in a wrestling match to start a Dynamite. Don't give me shit about Goldberg. Goldberg at least has people organically random, I don't know what it is, out of instinct, chanting his name and getting that large pop. Jericho has these forced half-ass fans singing his song, even though I don't think they want to really do it. They really want to do it.
The fans still do it. It's not like it's
they
not
do
like
it out of habit though now.
It's not like it was like when it was at Daly's place when the wrestlers were singing it.
Yeah.
This is like the fans are generally singing it, and it bugs me.
No, Manny, go back and look at the footage. They're forcing themselves. They don't really want to do it. I don't know if you have a Benihana's in the UK. Do you guys have Benihana?
I don't think we do.
Or a hibachi grill place?
We may have something like that.
Okay. So, this analogy may go over your head. But when you go to these things, you may go to it once. You know, you go to it a bunch for people's birthdays, and there's someone hibachi grill they're cooking. But a lot of times they bring their lame jokes and stuff with their cooking, and you just want the fucking food as they cook in front of you, and they're doing their tricks and stuff. And you're supposed to. And my least favorite thing is being there and acting like I'm impressed. Because I've been there before, and it's like, oh, great, you did a
I did see.
Or you're tossing shrimp in your hat. Oh, I've seen this before. Or you're saying these lame jokes, and you give one of these. Ha 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 ha. This is great. Give me my food.
There was one when he destroyed. I saw a video of one destroying a girl, and he asked, he's like, "What's wrong with you?" Kind of thing. He's like, "I just broke up with my boyfriend," and he's like, "Oh, knock knock." Say it. Do the response.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted me to go. I thought you. Who's there?
Not your boyfriend.
Oh. That dude was not just roasted chicken on that hibachi grill. He was roasting women. He was roasting lies. Who goes to that shit?
Yeah. He came to kill.
He was cutting her up. He was serving out cold birds. But yeah. So that's what the vibe I got from seeing people sing Jericho's song. They didn't really want to do it. They're doing it out of like sympathy, as in like, yeah, he's a legend. You know, they're gonna do the spot, and if no one does it, it's gonna be pretty embarrassing as he look on to silence of his music playing, and he'll be in admiration that they're singing. That's what I felt like I got for that. But okay. I don't need to see his fat ass in the ring.
I gave this a strike. You know my feelings on the Inner Circle and Pinnacle, so anytime anyone appears, strike. Jericho wins in an okay match that the fans made better than it actually was. MJF...
Yeah, they're into it. And
yeah, and then MJF said if anyone else comes out to help him, because Guevara came out and helped him, the deal is off. His labor number 2 is a no DQ against Nick Gage. And then at the end, towards the end of the night, Chris Jericho looks like someone's auntie after too many drinks, and her husband left her, as he painted himself up as the Painmaker.
I don't know.
The visualization is accurate.
Yes, I don't know why that was supposed to be like the big reveal. It's not like he made it seem like it was Mankind or Dude Love becoming Cactus Jack. And I was like, no, it's still Chris Jericho. I didn't have an affinity for the Painmaker gimmick. Yeah, I saw what you did in Japan. It was nice, but I didn't really see it as like...
That was one match!
Yeah, this is like 1 or 2 matches. Like, I'm like, I don't know what the point.
That were carried by a better opponent each time. Let's not forget that.
He was well past his prime then, and this is years later, and I'm like, oh, you're just fatter. We don't need to go down this route. But so him and Nick Gage are gonna fight to the death with light bulbs and forks and pizza cutters. There's gonna be blood everywhere, and you know, Jericho's taking headshots probably. Who knows? Someone may die.
And then we get Doc Gallows versus Frankie Zarian. This should get a strike. This should get a strike for comment.
This is my strike.
This should get a strike for commentary trying to sell the fact that SCU had to break up. They need to be reminded once again. This is SCU's fault that they broke up. No one asked them to give them this stipulation.
This is Kazarian's stipulation. We break up, and we lose, we break up. That was his stipulation. There is no reason he should be blaming the Elite for putting him in this situation. You lost to a better team. Yeah, the game, it was rigged and whatnot. What? No. Shut up, Siri. Stop.
And then they continue to beat up Kaz after the bell, and out comes Kenny. I can't remember what Kenny was saying. And then...
gibberish. I'm Kenny Omega, gibberish.
And then Hangman comes out, and then there's a brawl between the Super Elite and the Dark Order.
There's 700 Dark Order guys that came out. Way too many guys. They're supposed to be the good guys in this. Way too many.
There's no law in gang fights.
It's like, this is too many people here. They're the underdog. My whole thing is with Hangman Page. How am I supposed to feel sympathy for him? He looked drunk. He looked like. Why am I supposed to care if he's going for the title? If he's
do you know why you should care? Because of that Matt Jackson promo last week. when he went P.U. From that reason alone, you should care. Because Matt Jackson is...
Jacksons weren't on the show this week, though. The Jacksons weren't on the show.
They couldn't get their beards ready.
And Kenny without the Jacksons are nothing. They just seem like a bunch of random bumbling fools. He needs the Jacksons. I don't know why I'm calling them the Jacksons.
Wheeler Yuta versus Darby Allin. This match actually was good for what it was. The only annoying thing was the Sting and... do you know what? I actually like that outside spot.
No. You've already wrote it in the sand. The only thing is annoying is Sting, and then you're done. Nope, you wrote it in the sand.
It was Sting, but then I was...
I remember that take.
And then I remembered, I kind of was alright with it.
My whole thing is, you ain't paying Sting for this. Don't use Sting. Just don't use him this week. They had no reason. I understand you're going to have this. You go around, whatever. It's a nice moment with him and Orange. But you didn't need Sting for this. Save Sting for it. Turn Sting back to a big deal. Wait, that's Sting. Not Sting just chilling on the outside.
He isn't a big deal anymore. He's 60.
He's still Sting. He's a Stinger. That's only 9 years younger than Chris Jericho, damn it. And I think 4 years younger than Edge. I don't know. It seems like he aged like 5 years faster than everybody else. Oh. Inside, but I don't know who Will and Yuta is, but they're using them with the best friends, and I go like, who is this guy? Why is he a best friend? Am I missing something here? It's like, what is the association? Why is Orange Cassidy his manager? None of this connected with me. I do not care. I did not care.
100%. And then we get Nyla Rose versus Britt Baker. I actually enjoyed this more than the women's title match on NXT.
Whoa! I'm doing what I thought this match was absolute dog shit.
No, this is me just saying that the fact that
hell.
I don't think the women's NXT match was any good. This was just maybe that much more better.
I thought the NXT match was better, but you can never tell. I give them a pass due to the Xia Li injury, as in I don't know how much time they actually had left or what else they were going to do.
Well, I don't think they had much time because
yeah, Joe just kind of ran out.
Yeah.
But I don't know where we were at the overrun on NXT since I, DVR and I was watching. I wasn't paying attention to it, but I just felt like this match was sloppy. I was uninterested. I never felt like Britt Baker was going to lose. They were, like just stuff, and I was like, this is happening. The fans were, I guess, into it, but I was like, this is too sloppy, and I do not care about Nyla Rose.
The one thing I found funny was the Guerrero spot with the chucking of the belt.
Oh, when they threw the belts back.
But the referee wouldn't have disqualified either of them if they got caught.
Yeah. I don't remember last time I saw disqualification in AEW anyway.
So that spot meant nothing.
Yeah, it really does. That's what they need to emphasize DQs again. Because you can't do the Eddie spot no more. It's like, oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
Anyway.
The Santana and Ortiz FTR press conference, as I like to call Santana's show and tell.
Or that they call the most poorly edited moment of the week.
Terrible. You couldn't see anything he was holding up.
No. So there's several things that went wrong with this. One, FTR's promo gets cut off randomly in an edit, and I go like, I guess Dax had nothing important to say. He was cut off in an edit, and then they go to Santana, and he's going with, I'll forget this wrestling stuff, and then he goes to do the most wrestling presentation ever by pulling Polaroid pictures out of his jacket.
Massive Polaroid pictures.
Yeah, and only to show a newspaper headline where his mother fought off some eviction agency or some slumlords or whatever is going on, only for them to cut away from that and us never get an explanation of what happened with this. I don't know what was this about.
But then
why did we get a press conference?
Yeah, and why wasn't the press asking any questions? Ortiz says that they've been there since day one, and FTR is pretty much a pit stop to tag Gold. They've been there for the longest time and have never come close to tag gold.
Yes.
And been the number one tag team for a year, for months.
Just hoarding it. Like Danny Ainge hoards picks. There was no reason for them to be the number one tag team. They should. The Inner Circle has hindered this tag team. But again, I don't know why this was a press conference. There's no belts on the line. They haven't made this seem like it was a big deal. They could just say it was a face-to-face. But once you make it to a press conference and he's pulling out photos and shit, I'm going like, why are we doing this?
So we get to Andrade. They announced Chavo is to be his new manager. Death Triangle come out. Andrade thanks them for coming. He asked the Lucha Bros why are they working for Pac. And now that they should be working for Andrade. Pac says they are a team and a family, a brotherhood. And Phoenix says that they're the real face of Latinos. And then Penta says, why would they join a group with them if they are not on their level?
I feel like Penta didn't say that, but I'm going to allow it. My whole thing is, join them, Penta and Rey Fenix. Join them.
It would be
no reason for you to stay with Pac. Pac is weighing them down.
Pac's never there.
Yeah. Like, he's like, we're a group of the family. You're a mouthpiece for them. And I've never seen them do anything other than say, we're Death Triangle. That was the last time they've actually hung out, was 2 years ago, announcing we're on the Death Triangle, and now Pac is with him, and then he's going to be gone. And then a lot of times you see Penta doing his own thing. They have the translator back. Like, he went like 3 weeks without the guy. I don't know what they're doing with this, but it's a start for Andrade.
And then we get Orange Cassidy defeating the Blade. What was the point of this match? Honestly, what was the point of this match?
I have no reason. Well, earlier tonight, the Blade punched Orange Cassidy with brass knucks, laid him out. Orange Cassidy feels no effects for this later in the night, comes back and fights some more. I did not need this at all.
Levi can't wait for Yes Punk versus Butcher and the Blade. Oh, that would be awful.
That seems like life. That seems like that's what...
You know, somewhere...
I can't wait for Daniel Bryan and CM Punk to form their own factions.
Somewhere, an AEW fan will come out and tell you, I like AEW for all the new matches they give us. That is not a good match. That may be a new match, but no one is asking for that match.
The demand is really low. But the crowd will eat it up.
I think the Andrade angle will lead to the reformation of the original Los. I can't even. Every time
Say
this
it,
word
Manny.
comes,
Say it, damn it! Say it!
that's not. It's not even spelled correctly.
Say it! Say it like it's spelled.
It Los Ingobnoblers is how that is spelled.
Done. We're gonna take it as the Los Ingobnoblos.
That is how it is spelled. What's the actual team name?
I refuse to say it out loud.
Yeah, see?
I can never read it. I don't know it. I've never heard nobody say it out loud. I've been waiting my whole life.
Is it Los Igno? I give up. I can't pronounce it. My tongue is refusing to say it.
I just say Gnobles.
Gnobles. I can't even say it. And then the main.
Say it, honestly, I've read it. I know what it is. I know who's in it. I know everything about it. I just can't say it either. It's the truth. I'm exposed. I'm a fraud. I'm a phony.
The main event, Texas Deathmatch for the IWGP US title. Lance Archer versus John Moxley. I was going to ask you a question, but go with your question. Go with your point.
First of all, my main complaint with AEW, explain to me, goddammit, the rules to your matches. Because I never know until mid-match when a referee randomly starts counting or someone starts hitting turnbuckle pads. Because I did not know that this was a last man standing match rules. Did not know.
That is harsh.
Aww.
Marcus, when you watch New Japan Wrestling, what does it mean to you?
It's the king of sports. It's a real athletic contest, and that this is a sport with rules, and people take it very seriously.
So what do you see when Americans take a US title and then start stabbing each other with forks?
Immediately, all right. So confession: my least favorite weapon in all of wrestling. I don't care if it's New Jack or whoever. Maybe New Jack doing this kind of cool because it was New Jack. That's an explanation. He's crazy. But when everybody else uses these weapons in these matches, just use a knife. Why don't we just use a knife at this point? There's no reason. Why would I grab a fork? It's like, oh, I'm using a weapon. I'll use a fork. No, use a knife.
Because using a knife would be too easy. Using a knife promotes knife crime.
It just don't promote fork crime? Use a knife. Like, I feel like at this point, all bets are off. Just use a knife. Use a gun. There's no reason for you to even put yourself to the work.
Lance Archer froze a Fran at one point.
Yep. It was what it was. Bloody affair for whatever reason. Barbed wire, table spots at the end. Moxley loses. I was shocked that he lost. I was like, Murderhawk's taking another L here today, but no, he won. That's probably because he's about to get pinned somewhere in Japan by a Japanese wrestler, or they're going to just abolish this title. I don't see why they don't. I think Hikuleo, I think I said his name right, will take that title from Les Archer.
Are they just trying to keep John Moxley strong by putting the title on Archer?
I think so.
We can't have him losing to this guy.
Because John Moxley isn't getting pinned. He just couldn't get up. Because he was trapped on the barbed wire. Even though they never showed him struggling down there. Like, I can't.
Yeah, I can't do hardcore wrestling like this anymore. And this match just proves Americans ruin everything.
What? the purity of Japanese wrestling. Red Shoes let people, as Levi said, throw everything under the water. It doesn't make any counts. Throw but those are Red Shoe rules. For the most part, that 20 count does happen in every single match where they make it in at 19. I'm just saying, that does happen. I think New Japan needs to abolish this title. This title means nothing to nobody, especially after it's been defended in 2 Texas matches.
It's ridiculous. But, so what did you think of AEW, Marcus?
Didn't care about most of it. It seemed like it was a show. Chavo debut, whatever. I feel that's a good mouthpiece for Andrade. He's involved in a good feud with, I guess, the Death Triangle. I'm okay with that. Didn't care about the labors of Jericho. And him being fat and all that, and him fighting Nick Gage next week. I'm not looking forward to that because I imagine basically what we got in the main event tonight happening the exact same way with Jericho and Nick Gage, but probably bloodier.
Yeah, I don't even want to see that.
And that's pretty much it. They announced Cody and Black are fighting in 2 weeks, and then we got next week is another special force fight for the Fallen. Why don't they just have regular Dynamites? What happened to that?
Well, they're buying them. They're buying themselves time because they're trying to. No, they did pretty much this last year as well. The only thing they didn't have was Road Rager.
I just feel like one of them was a pay-per-view or something. Yeah, but they added Road Rager, Fight for the Falling. Oh no, Fighter Fest Night 1, Fighter Fest Night 2, and then Fight for the Falling. I feel like that's just too many.
Well, apparently.
And it shouldn't be a downgrade for it or whatever. It's just naming the show, but I'm just like. They're gonna overuse these special show cachets. It was like, oh, this is another special show.
Oh, I feel like they are overusing them, especially now. They could have spaced them out, but they didn't.
There's nothing on this show that made me say like this is Fighter Fest Night 2. Like if it was a big deal. There's nothing on this show that was a big deal. Not a single thing on this show was big deal, big buddy thing.
If you hate hardcore wrestling, Manny, next week's AEW will not be your show. I don't think AEW really is my show. It's only occasionally they'll surprise me with a good few matches, and then I'll be like, cool. But yeah, I don't think AEW is really my cup of tea.
Yeah, next week it's like I was like, I'm not really looking forward to Nick Gage and his piece of cutter. And all
Well, and then you've also got Christian Cage and the Jurassic Express versus Matt Hardy's House of Fun. I don't know what they're called.
I don't know. Office of Hardy. I don't care.
Yeah, it's just it's not sounding like it's going to be the best pay-per-view. I'm not pay-per-view, Dynamite.
And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm looking forward to AEW just in the future right now, other than when is Danielson and Punk showing up.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I'm not really into any of this. Maybe I'll watch Black and Cody in 2 weeks, but there's nothing coming around. There's nothing coming soon that I'm going like, I need to see this matchup. I need to see this. No,
I'm just gonna.
The Bucks are doing nothing with the tag titles.
I'm just gonna put it out there because I don't think Cody's that great. I don't think this match between Malachi Black and Cody is going to be any better than Aleister Black and the Velveteen Dream.
What? So, are you saying it's not going to be better?
It's not.
No.
You would expect something great from Cody, but you're not. You're not going to get it.
Yeah. No, it's not going to be Velveteen. It's not going to be Velveteen Dream good. That just had a stupid ass story that I didn't know we were going to get behind, but they made it all work out somehow, whatever it was.
I thought AEW was a one match show last night. I'm guessing you're talking about the Texas Death Match.
Yeah. It wasn't really nothing special on the show, and I don't
To be honest,
really looking forward to the show.
To be honest, I don't think NXT or AEW were really that special the last 2 days.
In a random hot take, Raw beat them both.
I don't even remember what happened on Raw, but I would be inclined to agree with you.
Wait, how you gonna forget the death of Keith Lee and the death of Karrion Kross, the instruments match of death?
But the instruments match.
Omos is 6-man.
Nah, I got John Cena. John Cena was good.
John Cena promo was better than anything I saw on both.
Hold on, everything was trash. Everything was trash on Raw. The only good thing were John Cena turning up.
Whoa.
Nikki cashing in. Jeff Hardy getting his music back.
Raw had moments, damn it. Raw had moments. It wasn't. It just seemed like it was a better show. It had a buzz to it.
I'm still holding the fact that Dallas were way too into Drew hitting that Indian man shaky with a chair 20 times. Way too into it. They enjoyed it a little too hard for my liking.
Well, they got their own version of a Texas Death Match with the Symphony of Destruction match. They were into that.
That was terrible.
Match.
No, it was solid, man.
Solid.
The only thing solid about that match was the piano that didn't break.
I am the piano. But no, it's it was what it was. Raw, like Marie said, Raw wasn't bad. It basically had the NXT energy, and I think John Cena set the party off right starting the show. If a lot of stuff went wrong in the middle of Raw, it wasn't executed the best, but it did have a buzz that it should have. Now SmackDown, on the other hand, best show of the week. Ain't seen it yet. Ain't even seen it yet.
Well,
we're getting the best show of the week.
We're getting John Cena Roman already.
Yep, I'm sure Finn Balor's gonna show up again.
Tony Storm's due.
Yep. Maybe
she's not pregnant. She's due to start.
Maybe a return of Sasha Banks to start this Bianca feud again, and maybe Sasha can go full heel instead of whatever the hell they were doing last time.
I don't think so. I think Naomi is going to take claim to that title match. Recently drafted to SmackDown.
Whichever way it works.
I hope she's improved the wrestling though. Because she can't be doing those stupid flippy kicks like that. If she's gonna be edgier and stuff, she can't be doing those flippy kicks.
You know, I have great expectations for SmackDown. We got Edge and Rollins probably doing some pretty good promo work. I don't know what they're going to actually do. You know, the Mysterios may come through a portal again, which is an automatic A show for me. No matter how they do it.
No! If that happens again, I'm turning SmackDown off.
That is fire right there. That is money.
What a waste of time.
Mysterios.
What a waste of time.
It wasn't. It was corny, but it was amazing.
You know what I'd be doing?
Too.
You know what I'd be doing?
On the
I'd be standing on the other side of that portal. Like, get the fuck out of here. Pwah!
And then we get a cinematic match, Manny. I'm all for it. When they jump through a portal.
No, they'd be lost through time. I closed the portal. They're never coming back.
And you get the rise of Otis also, and the Corbin, who I believe is gonna make $100,000, but then ask for more money, which I hope.
No, Corbin shouldn't be. No, people should not be going to Corbin's GoFundMe. They need to be going to our FundMe at www.storefrontier.com/DSPN. None of us are wearing the merch today. None of us.
Don't look at me! Don't look at me! But oh, for the whole Corbin GoFundMe, you know, GoFund us. You can't spell fun me without fun. So buy our shirts. It has nothing to do with anything.
By the way, shout out to Maurice for constantly supporting us.
Yes.
Constantly.
Yes. Support your boys. And support Maurice at B-Side Studios. And the
100%. They're doing some incredible projects over there.
Yeah. And then SmackDown last week, yeah, it did feel like a pay-per-view. Big energy. Pat McAfee brings it. SmackDown's just a show to watch. I don't expect anything bad to happen on SmackDown. I feel it's a safe zone for wrestlers. No one's being punished. No one has to worry about Jeff Hardy beating them. They don't have to worry about Goldberg showing up. Keith Lee doesn't have to be self-conscious about his weight. Everything positive happens on SmackDown. And you got the big dog, the tribal chief, the head of the table, who's going to talk a bunch of shit.
I still
only
feel
for John
like
Cena to confront him.
I still feel like Keith Lee, even though he had a lull that time off, did not go to hit that gym.
No, it wasn't about his weight while he was gone.
He did not hit that gym.
I really think he went to jail. I really did.
He really did. He really did. Go check out that video, people. Funny video. But don't, if you're going to check out it, do not, and I repeat, do not check out that theme video, because Marcus keeps checking it, and I believe it's Marcus that's bringing up these views. I do not like it.
I didn't even check it this week. In the pre-show, you told me I was like, oh, I didn't get the Fiend counter. You told me we're at 812. The Fiend video's at 812. We keep it alive. He's keeping it alive. And when I did it
before you did it to me.
SmackDown. When the Fiend returns on SmackDown, Manny, this week, the videos are gonna double again.
By the same people watching it. Oh, it's not the real Fiend. It's a guy wearing a mask.
I've been fooled again. Just some stupid dude. Like making jokes and shit I love.
Wrestling's real to me, damn it.
It's still real to me.
Wrestling's real to me.
Spoiler alert, it isn't. The Undertaker don't have superpowers, and the Fiend and Alexa can't do whatever the hell they do. And the zombies that ate the Miz weren't real zombies.
What? How dare you? They were real. Why do you think he's in a wheelchair? Huh? Huh?
Zombies don't eat brains, they just put people in wheelchairs now. Science is advanced past that.
The zombies have evolved.
Yeah, they don't actually, our medicine for dealing with zombie apocalypse have evolved.
No, they ate his ACL.
Zombies, you just lose your legs.
They ate his ACL. That would be a really good gimmick.
What, the zombies ate your ACL?
No, just I believe wrestling is 100% real. Everything that happens in it is real.
I'm sure someone has that. And I believe he's 9, Manny. He's 9. And he's fighting off the other 10-year-olds who figured it out.
Yeah, but I bet you he enjoys it more than anyone else.
Oh, I bet he's having a great time. I bet he almost peed his pants when John Cena came out, even though he probably wasn't alive during John Cena's prime. I bet you he stiffens up whenever Alexis does her hypnotizer. It's like, Mom, hey, hypnotizing people again. And
yeah,
you know he's also dressed up as a superhero. It's like, I could be the next women's champion.
Oh, of course.
He or she.
Of course. That's the end of the show, people.
The family has an intervention when the kid grabs a guitar and says, "Daddy, I want to be Elias." No! You'll never be Elias.
That's the end of the show, people. Just remember, if you dress up like Adonis, you will never be welcome on the show.
I'll plan on wearing that next week.
What, booty shorts?
Booty shorts and whatever those pants, leggings he's got on.
Ridiculous.
Look at your boy, man. Look at your boy next to you. Come on, Top Dollar. Look at him. You're walking down the street with this man.
I don't think Top Dollar ever looks at him. I think Top Dollar keeps his head straight and just keeps on walking.
He looks to the right. He goes, "Who am I with again?" Another day.
They need to... I'm enjoying Top Dollar, but they really do need to pull the trigger on him.
You mean kill him? I'm joking.
He should be tagging. He should not be tagging with Adonis. He should not.
In due time, Manny. In due time. Soon the world will be his.
Swerve is the worst person in his own group.
Just don't look to the right.
The BFAB being out openly, casually racist on the show.
And no one calls her out on it. Let her racism reign. I'm sure in 20 years from now, we're going to go back and go, ooh.
Really, we
would
would
away with that. We let her get away with that.
Just remember.
There's no reason to feel with Diamond Mine. But I need Legardo and Hit Row to end up in more games. Don't know how we're going to get there. Don't know.
It's too...
It's only 3 people. It's only like
it's
3
too
people in each
early as well. They've started this feud in July. I don't think it's got the steam to last till like October, November.
It might. Nah, it don't.
I don't think it will. Because we all know after that match, Top Dollar is going to be '1 contender of everything.
Yeah. Top Dollar is now NXT featuring Top Dollar from 80s. WWE's most wanted. The longest title in the history of everything.
But once again, that is the end of the show. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and check us out on Saturday for what, Marcus?
Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast.
And also,
Brandon Cutler has just killed the show.
Also, let us know, rewatch the video, and let us know what you think of the new theme song. Banging.
Oh, and check out the running review that will be dropping this Friday. This week's the men's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Are we secretly in this one again?
Cakes.
We're not secretly in this one again, are we?
No, we didn't do anything for this one. we didn't provide our star ratings. We didn't do anything. We're not secretly in this one.
Well, we did do stuff. You edited it. I interviewed everyone.
No, of course, obviously. But I mean, we're not. We didn't say anything.
We say many things.
Maybe I'll throw you in at the end, Manny, and be like, Manny's review of this.
What review did we have?
Nothing. We got nothing.
No, what you need to throw in is the outtakes, which are always funny.
Alright, are we reviewing the movie Snake Eyes this week? Since we randomly throw in movie reviews.
No, but I can watch it. I can watch it tonight.
It comes out tonight?
I don't know when it comes out.
It'll Hey, it don't matter. I'll download in a minute.
100%.
We'll see. We'll see. I see where Eric stands on it. I see where I stand on it. I don't know.
I forgot the other film that I really enjoyed this year. The Batista movie.
What Batista movie?
The Batista zombie movie.
Oh, Army of the Dead.
Yeah.
I forgot that was one, huh? Shit. That might be... I might put that above Space Jam.
Gunpowder
That's funny,
Milkshake on Netflix is also alright.
Sounds dangerous.
It's basically a female version of John Wick.
Isn't that Atomic Blonde? It's all the same.
I haven't watched Atomic Blonde, but this one they definitely play it off like. Do you know how they John Wick would ask for like certain things in like a restaurant type of way, and then things would get cleaned up in that type of way? It's very much like that.
Oh, okay. Maybe I will check it out.
It's alright. I wouldn't say it's brilliant, but it's got that lady that played the blue chick in the Avengers.
And with that, I know exactly what you're talking about. I believe her name's Karen Allen. But I just wanted to say, you describe her as the lady that plays the blue chick in the Avengers. Extra number 7.
No, I don't know her name. I know her name's Karen. I don't know what the rest is.
Karen Allen.
She was also in
That
Doctor
might
Who.
not be... Doctor Who?
Exactly.
That doesn't...
We out. Peace.